The Sharks get back to their losing ways, this time in Vancouver, as they fall 3-1 in a game that going to be looked back with so many missed opportunities. So we'll discuss that. What do the numbers say? And first peek at Macklin Celebrini on today's episode.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, welcome to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. My name is Tank Commander JD, contributor at San Jose Hockey Now, and I want to thank you for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. Proudly a part of the Locked On Network, we cover your team every day. And if you want to be an everydayer, all you got to do is just follow wherever you get podcasts, or you can watch on YouTube as well, or do both. Both is great. And the Sharks get back to their losing ways, this time losing 3-1 to the Vancouver Canucks, and a game that was kind of there for the taking, but missed opportunities is kind of the story of this game for the Sharks. And I think let's start with that, with kind of the missed opportunities with the Sharks, and kind of how they put in another universe. We're talking about a Sharks win here. But before we get into all that, do want to let you guys know that today's episode is brought to you guys by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off your first purchase. So, missed opportunities. That this was this game. Missed opportunities, right? Even in the first period. William Eklund on the penalty kill does a great job of, winning a puck battle, getting it out to Tomas Hertl, following up, has a beautiful chance, and just roofs just over the crossbar on what would have been like the highlight goal of Eklund's career so far. Like, would have been the goal, like that we point to, and like, yes, this is the William Eklund we know. That would have been it, right? The coming out party, it feels like. Nope, misses it. So, okay, let's keep going, right? Givani Smith, again, not a noted goal scorer, but has some hands. We've seen some soft hands out of him. Left alone in front of Thatcher Demko, tries to outweight him, and Demko just doesn't budge, and Givani Smith unable to score. Then Sharks get a goal. Beautiful, beautiful transition from William Eklund. Gets it to Zetterlund. The Zetterlund, Hertl, Eklund all crash the net, right? Zetterlund crashes the net. He's got the goal. Kind of leaves a juicy rebound there. A bit of a scramble. Eklund puts it in. Boom. Sharks get on the board 1-0. Feels like, okay, this team has been playing hard, but they just can't. They finally get what they deserve here with a goal, that very hard-earned goal. Goalie interference, puck, the goal wiped out. A minute and a half later, what Quinn Hughes shows why he's the best defenseman in hockey right now, with an absolute beautiful goal. That's one of those goals. Quinn Hughes is he's on another level right now. You tip your hat to him. Boom. 1-0. Terrible slew foot by Hoglander on Kevin Lebeck. That's going to get a suspension. I'd be surprised if he is not suspended for that. It does not belong in the game. But 5-minute power play. Here's your opportunity, right? Canucks starting to kind of put some pressure on. Here's your opportunity. You give up a shorthanded goal with 1 second left in the second period, and that was pretty much it right there. Like, I know they got on the board with a power play goal, but the Canucks, they had all the momentum, they had everything. And then as soon as the 5-minute major ends, you get too many men, put the Canucks on the power play, and from there, just the Canucks kind of they just put the gas down, and put this game away. I know, it was 3-1. They scored another goal, but like they put this game away, and that's what they did because they were a good team. So this game is just so many missed opportunities, right? If Eklund scores on the backhander, if the Zetterlund one, which I get it while it's goalie interference, but at the same time, I don't think like Demko had made the initial save and he was out of position. It didn't matter what Zetterlund like. I feel like Zetterlund impeded Demko's ability to make a save there. And maybe it's a little bit of karma for them not challenging a goal in the 10-1 game, and kind of keeping Demko's shutout there. Maybe a little bit of karma. You can, the scales are even here, but like it's just so for a team that has to play perfect, right? We know this team it's a bad team and they have to play perfect night in, night out to be even close to trying to win a game. And I did ask for the Sharks, could they play 40 to 45 minutes of competitive hockey? And that's what we got. We got 40 to 45 minutes of competitive hockey. And then the Canucks just kind of put it to them. And again, that's what good teams do, right? They put teams away. Maybe not, it's not the goal scoring, but just kind of controlling the pace, and knowing, okay, this team is on the ropes. Let's try to deliver that knockout punch. That's what the Canucks did tonight. So you saw some good things. You saw the team I thought played really well. They played really hard. I thought Mackenzie Blackwood had a really good night tonight as well. And again, that one goal, like when he was like, that thing was beautiful. Like just absolute. Yeah, he put that where nobody could save that goal. But it's just, again, this team, just so many missed opportunities where you feel like they're starting to maybe kind of get some momentum. They played really well against St. Louis. And I thought they played pretty well, especially at the beginning of the game. But this team is not what we talked about before. This team is just not a full 60-minute team right now. They just do not have the horses to play a full 60-minute game. On a good night, you can get 40 to 45 minutes out of them. And that's what you got tonight. You got a good performance overall by the Sharks, but it's just missed opportunities, right? And the power play, yes, I know they got a goal on the 5-minute major, but it's still struggling so much. I did find it really intriguing, the new wrinkle of putting Granlund behind the net and kind of having him work things from there. Now, you saw the Sharks get some really good opportunities out of that, right? And that's how they scored the goal. Was from behind the net with Granlund, and you saw some good opportunities there. But it's just not consistent enough. And the second power play unit, which we thought would be a little bit better this year, especially compared to what we saw last year, just hasn't been there right now. And it's very, we know this team is very much a top line team. And they've gotten some production out of the top line. They're waiting for the rest of the guys to kind of pull their weight. And we'll dig into the numbers here in a minute and kind of what the Sharks did well and, which players actually did well. But I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was dumb, to be honest, that William Eklund, who, yes, he had a little bit of an up and down night, and I thought he could have done a little bit better, kind of staying on his feet. He was kind of knocked off the puck and knocked off his skates a little bit too much tonight. But he also gave you some of your best opportunities tonight to score, whether it was shorthanded, whether it was on the power play, whatever it was. William Eklund provided some, but swapping him and Zadina, and we'll get into the numbers here in a minute. It did not work. Spoiler, it did not work. Before we get into the numbers and look at the first glimpse of Macklin Celebrini, at least what I have seen so far, just going to take a quick break. And if you are looking to get tickets, maybe you want to buy tickets for yourself, maybe you want to buy tickets for a loved one during the holidays here, and you're looking for tickets for your next sporting event, music, comedy, theater, whatever it is, Game Time's got you covered because they've got killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seats, and the best price guaranteed. They take the guesswork out of buying tickets. I love that you can see exactly where you're going to sit. You can see the views. That way you know I'm going to get a good view. I'm going to have a nice seat. There's nothing worse than getting there and realize you have a bad seat. Actually, the only thing worse is when you go to check out and they throw a ton of fees on you. With Game Time, they have all in pricing, so you know exactly what you're going to pay when you go to check out. Again, that is the absolute worst thing in the world, is getting there, is going to check out and then a ton of fees added. So Game Time guarantees that you'll get the best price. So if you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. So download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONNHL, LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right, let's dig into the numbers for this game. And the numbers pretty close for the first 20 minutes or so, and then the Canucks really pulled away in the third period. But 5-on-5, 46 minutes of 5-on-5 time this game. Shot attempts 61-39 in favor of the Canucks. But again, that third period was 21-10. That's where they really kind of pulled away. Actual shots was 31-18 at 5-on-5. Scoring chances for 34-18. The Canucks had 15 scoring chances in the third period, while the Sharks only had 3, despite being down by 2 goals for a good chunk of it. High danger chances was 9-6 in favor of the Canucks. And then expected goals for was 2.4 to 1.6. And again, that third period, the Canucks, as the game went on, got better and better and better, and that's what good teams do, right? They had a 1.12 expected goals for 5v5 in 12 minutes of time in the third period. And like looking at the Corsi chart, it's just kind of like this, and then boom, just the Canucks really putting it out of reach. The forward lines tonight, so we had first line of Eklund, Hertl, Zetterlund as per usual. And then we had Duclair, Granlund, Zadina, Mike Hoffman, Luke Cunningham slide into that center spot, and Kevin LeBanc. And then we had Carpenter, Giovanni Smith, and Jacob McDonald as your fourth line. That line did not see a lot of ice time tonight, as they did even register as for forward lines on natural stat trick tonight. So the Eklund, Hertl, Zetterlund line continues to be the Sharks' best line. 8:03 tonight in time on ice. 11 shot attempts for, gave up 7. Actual shots was 3-3. Did give up a goal. Should have had a goal. Expected goals for 0.61 to 0.12. So again, this line was playing really well tonight. 6-2 scoring chances, 3-0 high danger chances, and 3-2-3 for their zone starts. Duclair, Granlund, Zadina plays 658, 7-9 shot attempts, so pretty even. 4-4 actual shots, again, pretty even. 0.17 to 0.11 expected goals for, pretty even there with the Canucks. 5-3 scoring chances, like to see that. 2-0 high danger chances, and then 3-1-2 for the zone starts. And then the Hoffman kind of LeBanc line, pretty solid as well. 8:16 time on ice, 5-5. Scoring chance or shot attempts, shots was 3-3. Didn't do much offensively, 0.3 to 0.11 expected goals for, 2-2 scoring chances. But then we got the Zetterlund, Hertl, Zadina line. So this line played 3 minutes total at 5v5. 3 shot attempts for, gave up 9. Shot attempts, actual shots on goal was 3-6. Gave up a goal, 0.23 to 0.67 expected goals for. Gave up 3 high danger chances, 7-1 scoring chances favor the Canucks. Like, I don't know whatever lesson you were trying to teach Eklund tonight, or maybe you're just trying to find some new chemistry or whatever, but nah, man, that's your best line. Yeah, in a game where you got outshot by a bajillion goals again, or bajillion shots again, that line was a positive line for you tonight, and that's what we've seen, right? And yes, you're going to have mistakes from William Eklund because he's 21 years old. He's played, 30 NHL games at this point by now. You're going to have mistakes from him, but you see night in, night out where he can do special things that not many other guys on your roster can do right now. And I think you have to live with those little mistakes because your team is better when you put your best players together. I think the Sharks have played some of their best hockey when you put that line together. I know, again, we're not expecting a lot of wins out of this team, but you can see this team, I think the pieces fit much better. So I'm hoping whatever lesson David Quinn wanted to bestow onto Mr. Eklund, that we can move on and continue to have William Eklund on the top line, because that is where he belongs. He is he is one of their best players. So Blackwood's night to night. Let's see. So he played 58 minutes, 40 shots. For Blackwood, 40 shots every night, 37 saves, 3 goals against. Expected goals against was 4.20. So another positive night where Mackenzie Blackwood made more saves. Save percentage 925, 306 goals against, 15 high danger shots, made 13 high danger saves, 10 mid danger shots and saves, 14 low danger saves on 15 low danger shots. I wonder if they count that Quinn one as the I'm assuming the Quinn one's probably the low danger just because of the angle. But again, Quinn Hughes is ridiculous, man. That's just absolutely ridiculous. So for the defensive pairs, kind of their expected goals for and against, not the greatest night for some of Ochuk and Burrows, who is a pairing. Their expected goals against was 1.3 to 1.31. Kalen Addison had an okay-ish night as well, 0.5 expected goals for and 1.08. 0.51 expected goals for and 0.62 expected goals allowed. So okay-ish night there, at least at 5-on-5. Emberson, 0.44 expected goals for to 0.56 expected goals allowed. And then 0.5 Ferraro had the most average 0.54 to 0.55 expected goals. And then Jan Ruda at 0.58 to 0.46. So he had a positive expected goals for him tonight. If you're just curious on players who had all players, Zetterlund had a 0.95 expected goals for, Hertl 0.92 expected goals for, and Eklund 0.71 expected goals for. Eklund also had the best expected goals for percentage. That's almost 69%. Very nice. So, yeah, I mean, I think the defensive pairs were okay, and especially with how dangerous this Canucks team is, I thought they played pretty well. They got, again, I think the third period was brutal for them because the Canucks just kind of put the pedal to the metal there. But I thought the defense kind of hung in there. We'll see with Mario Ferrari. He did block a shot. I know he was still played, but let's see if that thing swells up on him a little bit here, especially with the Sharks playing Wednesday night, Friday afternoon, and then Saturday night. I know, did Ferraro get back out there? Yeah, he did play some shifts at the end of the game too as well. So, but it's the defense is what the defense is. But yeah, missed opportunities for the Sharks. That's just what this game is. But these missed opportunities will give the Sharks an opportunity later. And we're going to talk about Macklin Celebrini. I've kind of watch some of the tape, watch some of his games here, and kind of give the impressions of what I've seen from Celebrini. This isn't the big Celebrini. I'm going to try to do this a little bit with some of the top players in the draft here. So we'll get into Celebrini here in just a minute. Passion, drive, patience. What brings home the winning trophy is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors is everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance, from superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has got you covered. There are 122 million parts for your number one ride or die. You'll always find exactly what you're looking for. With eBay Guarantee Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time or your money back, because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. So with all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to turn your car into the MVP and bring home that win. So keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only, exclusions apply. eBay Guarantee Fit only available to U.S. customers. All right. Macklin Celebrini. So the prize, right? This is what the Sharks. This is why you lose all these games. This is the guy, and I know there's not the excitement, right, with no Connor Bedard, but how would you like basically Adam Fantilli? That's what you're watching with Macklin Celebrini. So Cam Robinson, who's like the head honcho over at EP Ringside, content director of Elite Prospects. He's the guy, right? He's been tracking Celebrini versus Fantilli. So Celebrini at 11 games as draft eligibles in the NCAA. Fantilli has 9 goals and 22 points. Macklin Celebrini, 9 goals and 22 points in 11 games. And remember, Celebrini doesn't turn 18 until next summer. This is like a Connor Bedard situation where he's going to be one of the younger players in the draft. Celebrini has 17 points over his 8-game point streak, multi-point outings in 8 of 11 games. And again, he's the youngest player in hockey, in college hockey. Watching him, I'm sold. A couple games at watching him. Just the thing that a couple of things that were blown away that I really came impressed with. So I watched, I didn't watch any of the games from this weekend. I watched some of the games from the past 2 weekends, right? And I wanted to see him against kind of a bad team to see what he could do. And I watched him against a ranked team and see, kind of, especially playing in hockey, their division. It's a tough division, right? There's so many ranked teams in that division, or in their conference, excuse me. And I wanted to see him again. How do you play against a bad team? How do you play against one of the best teams? And a couple things that really stood out, I think, is you worry about a guy who's like 6 foot, right? The size, etc. The dude is strong, especially for his age. Willing to fight in front of the net, get in the puck battles, like along the boards, win puck battles. Like, he shows a toughness that you do not expect for somebody of his age, right? And remember, you're playing in college hockey, right? You're playing 21, 22, 23, 24-year-old guy. You're playing guys who could be potentially 7 years older than him. Look, the difference between you when you were 17 and when you were 24, like it's night and day. The dude is tough. He's willing to go in the dirty areas. And he is stronger than he looks. Like, as when he continues to kind of fill out his frame, he's going to be an absolute tank. When he gets bigger. He's 6 foot and 190 pounds right now as a 17-year-old. Maybe he grows another inch or two. Maybe, again, 17. See where he goes, but he's already at 190. Wait till he continues to fill out, and he's going to be an absolute tank. And then the other thing that really, really stood out to me is his ability to change gears and do it efficiently. Where one play I tweeted out, and this, I think I said, I'm sold. He's got a guy who kind of lines him up on the boards. He ducks under a guy who's trying to hit him along the boards, kind of squirts out, gets the puck, accelerates towards the net, and then is able to kind of slow down, bring the puck, and kind of toe drag it while he's slowing down, and then pass it through a defender's legs to a streaking teammate who just kind of has a nice, easy tap and goal. His ability, I think, to change speeds is so deceptive, and that's what makes him so dangerous, is his ability to kind of create and manipulate space because of his ability to change speeds so effectively and so quickly. again, I don't think he's not the fastest. I don't know how he's fast, but he's not like the fastest guy out there. But it's that ability to go from first gear to fourth gear down to second gear up to fifth gear in like a blink of an eye. Like he can just, that's what makes him so special. Is that speed changing ability. And then I mean the hands and the shot, like that package is there. But those were the things I was, because I've watched plenty of highlights of him and you see that stuff, but like the shot and the passing, and he's got all that for days, right? When Macklin Celebrini is out there, he makes his line mates better. Anytime he steps on the ice, he makes his line mates better. Whether it's from his ability to find them open and get them a beautiful saucer pass, or again, passing through a defender's legs, or just if he needs to shoot the puck and be that guy and shoot the puck. But again, it's the skating, and that's what I'm so fascinated by, is just his ability to manipulate space. And by just changing your speed without, and it's effortless the way he can just gear up or gear down without even having to try. It's a thing to watch. So he is very, very worthy to be the first overall pick. Again, I'm going to try to kind of watch a lot of these guys and do these little kind of mini segments. And when we get closer to the draft, when we kind of get around Christmas time, we'll start doing the deep dive player profiles and having all this stuff on, all the guests and stuff on. And we'll do plenty of Celebrini and Yzerman, plenty of time for that, guys. It is November. You got to space out the content, right? And I'll probably do more of these Celebrini things as well, because he is an absolute joy to watch. And especially on these nights where the Sharks continue to lose, we'll try to end the show positively by talking about either some prospects or some of the Sharks prospects, or highlight some of the try to highlight some of the good stuff out there too, because we're in this together, and that's why I'm your tank commander, guys. We will get through this. But Macklin Celebrini he looks the part. Just ridiculous. So that's going to be it for me tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Alex Young joins. So get to know the Sharks 2027th round pick. Talk to him about kind of his transfer, his kind of coming up, his path to through college, all that fun stuff. And I asked him the big question, if he's going to sign a contract with the Sharks afterwards. So if you want to find out the answer, check out tomorrow, Locked On Sharks. I'll be out around 9 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube as per usual. And then Wednesday night, we'll have a recap of the Kraken game. No episode Thursday night, Friday morning. The Friday episode will be a recap of the Sharks Canadiens game. So make sure you guys are following along for that. Of course, you guys can get Locked On Sharks wherever you get podcasts and watch on YouTube as well. When you're done with us, go check out Locked On. We've launched the first ever national sports 24 streaming channel on YouTube. Locked On Sports Today has you here for 24/7 coverage of the top sports stories of the day with local experts of Locked On, plus our national shows covering every league. So go to Locked On Sports Today on YouTube and subscribe for the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel. Seriously, it's just Locked On shows day, just nonstop. So, and they always have like the biggest stuff. You get the national shows. It's just all right there. And there's people watching. You can go hang out, make some new friends. So maybe I might make it on there one day when the Sharks do something silly. Maybe like when they win when the Sharks win the draft lottery. Maybe you'll see me on there too. So that's gonna be it for me. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow with Alex Young. Make sure you follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Locked On Sharks. You can follow me on Twitter at MyFryhole. Until tomorrow. Bye, friends.